My name's Maddie, and here is my list of SpongeBob's scariest episodes. First, we're gonna start off with our honorable mentions. SB 129. This episode is probably one that everyone knows. It's where Squidward goes to the future. The reason this one doesn't make my list is because I think only some aspects of it are really scary, like when Squidward's all alone or when he travels back in time, but that's just like a small part of the episode. To save a squirrel. Sandy is going on this wilderness expedition and SpongeBob and Patrick want to go with her, but they fall out and are then stranded in the middle of nowhere. They end up in a cave and they basically go crazy and almost eat each other. So fun! Now it's time for the scariest episodes. Gone. This episode is horrifying. SpongeBob wakes up and everyone in Bikini Bottom is gone. Every single one of them. Gone. It's the title of the episode. It's kind of funny where he's like going through the day and pretending to be everyone and morphing into them and giving himself a boating license. But then the boat becomes evil and is always there and is always watching him. Ugh! Squidward in Clarinet Land. This episode, I don't even know how to describe this episode. Squidward wants a locker to keep his clarinet in just to keep it safe, and Mr. Krabs gives him this dingy old locker. So SpongeBob takes it upon himself to renovate the locker. At first he just cleans it up and puts velvet on the inside, but then it takes a much darker turn. Squidward eventually goes into the locker to find his clarinet because it's not there anymore, and inside he finds this humongous maze. There's this giant eagle that swallows him, and there's this big pinball game where there's a giant Patrick at the end of it. I really have no idea how to explain it, but it is terrifying. Spongehenge. Basically, it's a really windy day in Bikini Bottom, and SpongeBob's holes are creating music from the wind. All of the jellyfish flock to him, so in order for him to get away, he hides in a cave. So SpongeBob ends up crafting versions of himself made out of stone in order to appease the jellyfish. The scariest part to me is definitely the ending, but seeing SpongeBob spiral into insanity throughout the entire episode is also terrifying. Graveyard Shift. This episode, iconic. This is one of my favorite episodes. I know it by heart. I love this episode so much. I personally don't think it's that scary, but it's on the list anyway because I can't make it an honorable mention. Nosferatu, the hash-slinging slasher, iconic. Planet of the Jellyfish. In this episode, evil jellyfish are just taking over Bikini Bottom. The monster that's in charge of them all spurts out these evil jellyfish. These evil jellyfish go into Bikini Bottom and make clones of everybody. And SpongeBob is slowly realizing throughout this whole time that something is wrong. This is one of the episodes that gives me the heebie-jeebies. It's just so scary. Rock Bottom. I wouldn't say that this episode is the scariest of the bunch. It has this overwhelming sense of dread. Watching it as an adult is an entirely different experience than watching it as a kid. Even though it's very creepy, the ending is like really cute. So I think it's lower on the list of creepiness, but it's iconic. Squid's visit. SpongeBob desperately wants Squidward to come over to his house for a visit, but Squidward repeatedly tells him no. So what does SpongeBob do? He creates an exact replica of Squidward's house inside of his pineapple. There are a bunch of little details that it's basically impossible for SpongeBob to know. Like the hole in the wall from when he first moved in, or the embroidery that his mom did. Not to mention copies of every single one of Squidward's paintings. Crazy. So that was my list of SpongeBob's scariest episodes. Please let me know if you want me to make more SpongeBob content. I will. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know what SpongeBob episode scared you the most.